Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sunny, and today we're going to talk about 5 things that maybe you didn't know about Venus in the 11th house. Guys, got it? Venus in the 11th house. Here we go. Let's pull it up. So there's Venus right there, and that would be the 11th house, right of your car. There we go. All right, next. So let me just put the guide on here. For those who study astrology with me, we'll just put a little guide like this, and we'll see how Venus over here, I know that says 10, but imagine that's 11, and then it's going to be 8 over here, and then 2 over here, and then 5 over there. Okay, you guys got it? That's your little cheat sheet for today. Here we go. So this is not the big teaching video. This is the Let's Have Fun video. 5 things you didn't know about Venus in the 11th house. I've got it right down here. First things first, when I see this, and you guys see me do it all the time, when we do the horoscopes, here we go, man. Venus in the 11th house, number 5. These guys are friends with benefits. This is the friends into lovers transit. So mental note. These guys are friends first, okay, God? Unless there are other placements, these guys are generally social, idealistic, and if you're on the same page or belong to the right group, these guys are totally DTF, like seriously, and that's a lock. Remember and be forewarned, the 11th house can involve a lot of people. So, if she has her Venus in the 11th house, she's going to have a lot of friends. Just saying. Number 5, friends with Venus in the 11th house is definitely friends in the lovers, is a friends with benefits, friends first kind of sign. There's an opposite. There's another thing to this that's going to come later on. It's not always like that. Number 4. Here you guys. Here you go. I use some explanation. Okay, here we go. I'll tell you what I wrote. Number 4. These guys get pregnant very easily, so be careful. They get pregnant very easily, and they're not exactly the most commitment inclined people regardless of their sun sign, so be careful. All right, watch this. Let me just show you this. This right here is the first house. So Venus is in the first house, right? And then this is your marriage over here. Right, so Venus in the first house, people, you know, you get married a lot because you're good looking. Right? Over here, this is kids, right? Down here, and if your Venus is up there, you can have a lot of kids. Problem is, you're going to be a crappy mom. Okay, next, I'll explain it to you right now. Okay, number 4, these guys get pregnant easy, so be careful. They're not exactly the most commitment-inclined people, regardless of their sun sign, so be careful. Opposite of the 5th. And remember, always remember, these guys have a lot of friends, and you guys know what happens to those guys when the days drag long. Okay, just saying. Okay, next, number 4, these guys get pregnant very easily. Number 3, and you guys should know this. This is the very common idea of this one, the common interpretation of this placement. Number 3, they have very high and unrealistic expectations of their partner. Unrealistic expectations of career, friends, partners, and that's the deal. Unrealistic expectations. Remember, once again, watch this. The first house is how you look. So if Venus is in the first house, all right, what did I write here? Venus is in, okay, when Venus is in the first house, Venus is focused on your looks. These people with Venus in the first house are always focused on their looks and your looks. When Venus is on, so if you don't look the part, Venus in the first house, people aren't into you. They're just going to go right past you. Same thing with Venus, similar thing with a Venus in the 11th house. These guys are focused on ideals and aspirations. All right, now I'll read you what I wrote. Okay, Venus in the first house, so it's like this. Imagine Venus is in your first house. First house people are focused on their looks, theirs, yes, and yours, of course. And if you don't live up to the looks department, you're not getting in. Obviously, the 11th house is your hopes, dreams, and aspirations, your ideals and achieving them. So Venus in the first, right? Venus in the first, focused on looks. Venus in the 11th, which is what we're talking about today, focused on ideals and aspirations. One-on-one romantic love will take a back seat to your goals. Hence, getting love on the run. All right, here we go. Next. Truth bomb. You guys ready? This would be like the honorable mention time. Truth bomb. Despite all of the loose zipper jokes, right? And this is friends and benefits things. Despite all of the loose zippers jokes, this is the one placement for a platonic relationship. Right? So on one hand, we're thinking loosen the zipper. On the other hand, it's platonic. You really can't tell because the friends first. All right, here we go. So here we go. Truth bomb. Despite all the loosen the zipper jokes, this is one of the placements for platonic relationships. It depends on your person. Although Venus is love and the 11th is the group, right? Love group, add a little Pluto, and it's suddenly the kind of placement for group sex, right? Add a little bit of Pluto there. But whatever, at least this one's friendly, right? At least she's friendly. She lets you carry your book. At least she lets you buy her stuff, right? Okay. All right, next, number 2. Here we go. How we do it on time? I want to keep this one short. Number 2. What don't you know about Venus in the 11th house? All right, these guys spend a lot of time away from home. When you see this part of the chart starting to attract energy, that's away from home, outside and stuff. All right, it's groups, it could be internet stuff. But here we go. Number 2, these guys spend a lot of time away from home. Maybe they travel for work, often neglect their families and their stuff, right? I'll explain that one in an extended education videos for members, right, who's studying astrology with me. All in all, these guys can be flaky idealists who totally love to party, right? That's the group and having fun and ideals and stuff. But it's not the way you think. It's not necessarily a Pisces, oh wow, there's some pills left over, because it's not that kind of thing, right? And it's not a Saggy, let's get going, right? Straight shooting energy. It all depends on your personal signs. But these guys all have a tendency to want to change the world and have fun doing it. The 11th house is easy breezy like air, not super intense and emotive like a watery sign. So keep that in mind. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's easy breezy, not intense. So keep it in mind on your next panty raid. Easy breezy. Okay, believe in the cause, you'll get your girl. Plus, always keep in mind there's a strong possibility. Oh, this is hilarious, but this is the answer. There's a strong possibility that this kind of girl is probably volunteering to save starving children in Africa. So she probably doesn't have a lot of options when you meet, okay? So make your move, friend zone, seriously, and good luck. Next, these guys can be bad with money. I don't want to mention it here because it's a real astrological thing that I'll be teaching about. It's a squaring. These guys square the money, so what are you going to do? So I didn't really mention it, but that's a big one. It squares the second house. These guys make a lot of money. They lose a lot of money. All right, let's wrap it up here. Number 1, so what do you really want to know about these guys? They can be sexy, okay? Like this is a really sexy placement. It's a seductive placement. A seduction over groups of people. All right, so what do you need to know? They're very sexy, very influential over groups of people. They win tons of awards. They can be famous, like really famous. These guys are very lucky, like lottery and gambling lucky. Remember? Lottery, gambling lucky. It's opposite of the 5th house. All right, next. These guys get pregnant easily. So be careful. Be very careful. They're good. They're lucky in the lottery, and they're lucky at games of chance. They win in the getting pregnant game. Okay. They're bad with money, but often make it just as quickly. Friends first. These guys are friends first, and they're social media whores, always searching for the right clique. They might inherit some money. They like to have fun. They can be social justice warriors. There's the thing about the 11th house, how it opens, but I'll explain another time. They're extremely creative, worldly, and smart. They might look like the perfect soccer mom, but secretly neglects her kids. Get it? No judgment here, right? I had fun in Africa. Whatever, man. I love that Africa joke. Okay, definitely. These guys are definitely into day drinking. Definitely. And obviously, there's no cheating because you guys were just friends to begin with. Okay. But did you know? How much time do we have here? Okay, just enough. Did you know? Number one, Venus in the 11th house. Thing that you didn't know. Venus in the 11th house people. Venus in the 11th house people are granted one major wish in life. That's the action, man. Astrologically, this is hopes, dreams, aspirations, hope, wishes coming true. This is the part of the zodiac of wishes coming true. It's the opposite of taking chances. It's where your stuff is coming true. So that's the deal. Once again, number one thing you didn't know. Venus in the 11th house, people are granted one major wish in life. I know you didn't know that. But now that you do, explanations will be in the members video, whatever I wrote down here. That's the action. If you guys want to know more about this stuff, subscribe to the channel, but don't bug me. We have live streams all the time. La, 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 la. Be nice to these guys, man. These guys are dreamers. Not like in the Pisces kind of dreamers. Not the 10th house dreamers, but the dreaming of good things for people kind of thing. And that's the action, man. Wishing everyone the best. Share the video and I'll make more. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the best of a beautiful day. And I'll see you guys soon.